All right, welcome everyone into Comic Book Women. We are waiting patiently. Lucy's going to be hopping on with us in just a second. In the meantime, let's see who we have in the house. We got Crow's Nest. What's up? Good to see you in. Walter, hello. Ghost Junk, hi. Good to see you in. There's Lucy. Perfect. Hi, Lucy.
Hey.
Hi. Sorry,
and
guys.
Paul Holloway, welcome into the house. No, you haven't missed anything other than welcomes. That's it. If you guys are new to us, we're happy to have you. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. Derek, hello. We just had kind of a crazy little pre-show here. Bird City launched their It trade paperback, the white print that we included in the Goosebumps one. It was such a good print. Like we were talking to Trish about, we're like, we have to make this into a book. Anyway, long story short, that bad boy sold out in about 30 seconds.
Wow.
So
I was like, do both. And you guys are like, well, do a print. So
yeah, and now we ultimately ended up doing it. That print got so much love because at the con, it's a really easy remark. Because you take a blank and all she has to do is draw on the eyes and boom, So it became pretty popular, but you got your wish. It ended up being an actual cover. Jen, how was your day? How was your day?
The McRib is back.
What do you mean?
The McRib.
Oh, I've never had one of those, man.
I mean, this sounds gross, and they look gross.
They look gross.
You don't look at it; you just put it in your mouth. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say it.
I will say. There's one time where I didn't have that much barbecue sauce, and it wasn't as good. So it's the sauce.
Yeah.
I think I'd pass on that. Pass.
Yeah.
Ace Cable, aloha. Good to see you in. Yeah, guys, I kid you not. And I was telling Jen this before the show. We do a 10-minute heads up for people that are in the text. But we had over 150 people just sitting on the site waiting. An hour before we launched. They were just sitting there. We can see these little dots where people are at. Anyways, Lucy, how's your day? You just waking up?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm out of it right now. Yeah, I fell asleep with Romy. He took a late nap, and I don't know, we just fell asleep on the couch, and I woke up and I was like, oh my God, what time is it?
Those are the best
I
naps.
just woke up from a nap. I'm still trying to get myself together. My eyes are burning right now. So I put the glasses on.
Thank you for joining us. At least you hopped on.
Of course. I'm not going to leave you guys hanging.
So before we get started with the show, if any of you aren't aware, every week we spotlight a different artist or a character or writer, female, of course, and we kind of cover how they are performing in the market currently. We try to pick somebody that's relevant to the market so that we can help you speculators out there, as well as just your regular fans that just want to collect some good stuff. Quick thank you to our sponsors over at Cover Price. They provide us with all the information that we use to develop the shows. So head over to their site, use the code Flipside, and you get 2 months of their unlimited membership for $1.99 a month, which is not bad. All right, so let's get started. Tonight we are spotlighting Maya Lopez, aka Echo. She is going to be appearing in the much highly anticipated Disney Plus show Hawkeye. Really cool character. Let's do a quick little roundtable, what we think about her. Jen, what are your initial thoughts on this character?
She's amazingly awesome, and I need to go. In doing the research, I was like, oh man, I remember breezing through a couple of the New Avengers with Echo in it. I was like, okay, and I have the run. I just need to I want now. I kind of want to get it all to read it to binge read everything. I kind of hope they put out an Echo compendium. It'd be kind of nice.
That would be nice to be handy. Yeah, Lucy, what did you think of her?
Oh, that's but what I read so far, like I have not read any Daredevil comic books really or anything like, so I didn't really know much about her character. I just knew she was going to be on the show, and when we were trying to come up with what we do this week, so I was like, oh, duh, this girl, and with Jensen, and I was reading about her. She sounds pretty cool, you know, like and uh, I mean, her story is kind of crazy, like, you know. So
Mhm.
I really like it. Also, I know there was, you know, how she is deaf, so it's kind of cool that they're showing a character like that for, I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's a very interesting character. She has Native
Yeah.
American heritage. She
Yeah.
was born deaf, which is interesting because the actress, Jen, sent us a video on her. I'm going to say her name, Aliqua. I think that's how you pronounce it. Aliqua Cox. She was the perfect fit for this character. She's also Native American. She also was born deaf. So this is like a really amazing opportunity for somebody
Mhm.
with a disability to come into the Marvel universe and just kick some ass. I mean, she hasn't let it stop her entire life. She was in sports. She was involved all throughout high school. She has a flourishing social life, and now she's going to be appearing in one of the coolest shows I think that Disney Plus is going to put out this year.
Yeah, I mean, like a quick like rundown. We see her in Daredevil. Her dad is killed by the Kingpin, but then the Kingpin honors his last wish, which is to take care of his daughter, and so he raises her, and
Yeah.
like she's had this
Sends her
amazing
to like
ability.
at
It's kind
school and
of,
all that, right?
I know JJ says that it's like kind of like Daredevil, but it's kind of more like Master, because she can, if she sees it, she can do it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah, this is a good, good job.
I got you.
It's, if anything, yeah, it's like Taskmaster and Elektra, sort of, but then like with a unique twist on it. But oh, the hand is paint, and she does that in honor of her father, who
Uh,
later she finds out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I kind of like that because didn't Fisk did that to her, slapped her with the blood of her dad or something like that, didn't it? Like
Her
not
dad
like
reached out onto her face as he was
or
dying.
something. Yeah, like after he was killed right in front of her, right?
But she she thought that Daredevil did it. She didn't know
Right.
that he did it until later. Um, and then like her and Matt have a little romance. It's it's definitely worth looking into her early issues, and then even the New Avengers where she becomes the Ronin. And that so she came about like in 1999, and it was what, David Mack and Joe. How do you say his last name?
Casada, I got to meet him.
You did?
Yeah, good people. Really, he's a funny guy. Yeah. Yeah, they developed it kind of together, and they have Palamati, is that how you say his name? Was helping out too.
That's cool. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, Bendis did the Ronin with her as Ronin, but that's
Mm.
not, he didn't create the character.
right. Yeah, no, it's Jimmy Palmiotti, sorry. So you have these amazing creators, this awesome team kind of teams up together to develop this book. But let's just cover a little bit of her background. So her name is Echo, which makes sense since she can mimic the visual cues from people that she's fighting. Her real name is Maya Lopez. As I mentioned earlier, she is of Native American descent and she was born deaf. So her powers and ability include Olympic level athlete with photographic reflexes, impeccable aim, which I read is on par with Hawkeye. That's pretty badass.
And Bullseye.
Yeah, exactly. Weakened by reliance on visual cues from deafness, and later she becomes the Phoenix Force. She'll inherit the Phoenix Force power, but we'll get to that later in the show.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk intelligence. What do you think on that? Uh-oh, we get debate.
Because I'm curious, like, because is she a mutant technically? And then I started thinking about, can you have an ability to mimic and like a photographic, right? Like, but then not be smart. I don't think she's
Well,
not. I'm not saying she's dumb. I'm just saying I'm just curious.
I think she is, like, to be able to, for her, like, I mean, obviously she has a disability, right? Like, not everybody here. So by like her mimicking levels, for her to be able to mimic things like right away and things like that, to learn all that, like, I mean,
But
obviously,
isn't it ability, or is that?
I think it's the ability, you know?
Yeah, I would put it up there with ability. I mean, think about our brains. Not to get totally off tangent, but we only use such a tiny little baby percentage of
Yeah.
our brains.
That's true.
So it's almost
So
like
if
if people can access some of those dormant areas, then maybe it's just a natural ability.
because she doesn't have that other one, the
Right.
hearing part, she has to kind of like make up for it in another way.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's just he compensates for her
And that
deafness
was
by
one
being
of
able to.
the negatives about her ability, though, or because she said that if someone's wearing a mask, because she can read lips, so if you wear a mask, it's like, oh,
Well,
damn.
damn, that's like half the villains. They all have masks and capes and covers. It's like, can you just take that off? Then we'll fight.
But that's an interesting. It's interesting,
It is.
right?
We should. Yeah, that's worth pondering.
And then like
I would still. Oh, go ahead.
like the shocker will send shockwaves, and then people are like, but she'd be like,
Speed medium, strength high, agility very high, powers low then high. Yeah, she's an interesting character, guys. And again, this Lucy already confirmed she is on the cast list for the Disney Plus Hawkeye series that's coming up, which is going to be huge. And then I heard she's getting her own series after that.
oh, that's I think that depends on how well she's received. It's potentially. It's not greenlit that we know of so far.
We'll have to wait and see.
Mhm.
All right, you guys ready to dive on in?
Well,
what?
okay. 'Cause if you look at like a mutant, right? Like
Yeah.
Jean Grey, right? She's telekinesis and she's telepathic. But does that automatically make her like wicked smart?
I mean, compared to the people around her, yes. If you're just comparing her to like the person next to you, then yeah, because she has, I kind of consider intelligence just an advantage over people around you. It's an advantage over the situation, whether it's strategic or whatever. And so if you have an advantage over the person next to you, then you're smarter than them. If you can out chess move them, you know what I mean?
So is it an oxymoron? Because I was thinking about like stories. I'm like, I don't think I've ever read a story where someone had these amazing powers, like telekinesis or telekinetic, or can mimic, right? But then had a low intelligence level. And I'm like, oh, that might be a fun story to read. No, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know.
So they just like mimic stuff and they don't know why, and they end up running into walls and
not running into walls, but like kind of like idiocracy, right?
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. We'll move on. Sorry.
Well, whole nother show. Yeah. Guys, if you are just tuning in, make sure that you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hold on, my little headphone came out. We are excited to have anybody that's not been here before and everybody that's coming back. We're happy to have you. Let's kick it off. All right, so Jen, go ahead and get us started on this one.
So this is from 1999.
Yep.
And of course, if you can find the newsstand, that is going to be more money. That goes for any of these comics on this list, because I always forget when newsstands stopped. But up through 2008, there's newsstands available. So just that's a asterisk next to all these.
It's not like a general rule of thumb, though, for any comic book. You want the newsstand if you can get it.
True.
Yeah,
The last sold was November 1st for $167.51 and 9.8 ballpark average 706 and average raw sales is 178.
Yeah, this is pretty badass. Again, you have the team of Joe Quesada, Jimmy Palmiotti, hopefully I'm not messing that up, and David Mack, who he created Kabuki. Have you guys read that at all? Are you familiar with that series? It's like this Japanese crime and mystery. Anyway, it's really, really good. You can see his early art style kind of developing there. And this issue is kind of interesting because it has 3 Kabuki references. Again, anybody in the chat, if you guys know what I'm talking about, you'll get a kick out of this. So first off, the Black Widow's face on the cover, he purposely made it have a striking resemblance to the character of Kabuki from his previous series. So you'll have to cross-reference after the show. And then there's a wall on page 6 that says Kabuki rocks. Just a little hidden nuggets. And then on, let's see, page 9, there's a young girl who lets her hair cover the right side of her face and has a cut on her face. And she appeared in one of Echo's classes. So there's all these little cross-references between... Oh, good. Somebody knows. Robotech. Yeah, we actually have the full run here. So I should mail it to you, Jen.
Yeah, because I've never read
Early
that.
Mac stuff. It's pretty cool. But okay, Lucy, what do you think of this cover?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful cover. I love the colors. Purple is my favorite color, so he's gonna like this cover. Like the colors just kind of like they call me. It's an awesome cover.
Yeah, you guys take a close look at her face. That's not typically how you see Black Widow rendered. It's interesting, right? When you see like the background and where he drew some of his inspiration when he got pulled over to this project. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm nerding out over the art. Let's keep going.
I mean, look, we have a lot of Max covers on here.
Oh yeah.
Like the watercolor it's stunning what he can do with it.
Yep, I was so happy when we were able to work with him. I'm so biased. I think everything he does is just amazing. Let's keep cruising. All right, so number 2. Tell us about this one.
This is her first cover and second appearance. If you are priced out of number 9, then number 10.
And this is like the most like I feel that it's more out there like that.
I like this one better than the last
right?
one.
I do too, because you can actually see her in the cover, and I think that's what people kind of want most. This is the one that I've seen the most, honestly.
But look at the price. It's way,
yeah. Raw, that's I guess pretty good for her first. I mean, yeah, cover, right? Appearance.
It's definitely affordable. Yeah. It's not as daunting as the previous one.
I mean, come on, for just curiosity, anything over $100 to me, I'm like, ooh, even like, just.
Do you see this going up farther though? Now with the show coming out, I mean, I have a feeling it's a pretty safe bet.
Only if they play it well. Like I think if it's gonna be a good show, and if it's gonna be like, if they do a good writing with the show, I think like in that way she can kind of advance to whatever. If they're gonna do a Daredevil, whatever, and kind of connect that with her and all that, then yeah. But if I think it just all depends on this show coming out.
Yeah.
And Alec Cox, though, doesn't she seem like she's just going to kill this? Because she's not mimicking the struggles that this character has. She actually experienced them. Like, I think it's going to make the show so much...
right? The actress. So
I wish we saw more in the trailer. Like, we saw, like, a snippet of her. And I'm like, okay. Because what you're saying is true, right? It almost feels like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Like, it encompasses that in a certain way. But we don't know. So November 20. Oh shoot.
20 metal face. I think that's Fisk, right? Like the face in the background, or her dad. I don't know.
It
looks like Daredevil.
No. The face in the back, like you could see. I thought it was Fisk, but now, now I'm thinking maybe it's her dad because of the eyes.
We'll have to ask back.
We'll find out. A little tidbit about this one. You'll see Brian Michael Bendis and David Mack make a little appearance on page 13 if you guys own this.
Yeah.
I know.
Full of fun facts tonight. All right, let's keep cruising. Did I skip one? No, we didn't. All right, so now we have Here Comes Daredevil, the Man Without Fear, number 12. Why did we include this? Wait, they're kind of...
It's 11 and 12.
Yeah, just
She had to flip it because of if she would have done it the other way, it would have blocked Echo.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So 11 and 12. What do we know about these two?
These are just in here more as because look, I don't know where you are in your collecting or like in your funds. So old Jennifer would have been like, ooh, I'm priced out already of the first and second print.
Right.
I like this character. I'll probably look for a reprint if they ever do reprint. But this is her third and fourth, and she's on both covers. And it's a super, well, not so much the other one, but it's that's in the right wheelhouse, basically. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's
Like,
giving us more of a range price-wise, so that anybody across the board can find something in their realm that they can afford. David Mack worked as the colorist on these, where you have Jimmy Palmiotti as the inker. So you still have Mac participating, but you definitely see a shift in the art.
But only on 11, right? Because on 12, you don't see Mac's name at all.
I don't know about the other one. I thought they were both done the same way, but I could be wrong. I will double check.
Yeah.
For number 11 is $22, and I think that's because of people, again, being priced out. I think the average person maybe is priced out of the other two, just because like $50 for a comic. But I'll spend 20 and then maybe get this for 4 to 5, number 12, and it's like, okay, well, this is just as like it's okay. I don't know how to
I
say
like
it.
both these covers too. I like that they're together.
Also, I really like that number 11. To be honest, I mean, on 12, it looked like he's coming out of her butt.
No.
But I mean, it is an odd angle. I agree with Lucy on that. Like, what is happening in this photo? Like,
they're both in the air. They're doing acrobatics together.
Yeah, but that is a little weird. And the 11, I don't know. I just really like 11. It looks kind of the little angels and devil thing going on there, and
we were all thinking it, cool. Lucy. You just said it. We were all thinking it.
Dang it. And I just told somebody because they're saying they watch this with their kids, and I was just like, I promise I'll be better. But I can't. Sorry.
That's still pretty Pete. That's PG. That's still good.
Yes.
James said he's been stacking 51 through 55. Everyone sleeps on her origin story. I think we're getting to that too. So we got that coming up as well. Yeah. Before we move on, guys, if you are watching, I got 34 people in the house right now, which means I would love to see 34 thumbs ups. That lets us know that you guys are enjoying the show and that, we're putting out good stuff for you. All right, let's keep cruising. Next up, Daredevil, The Man Without Fear. This is number 14. Now, this is the one, or was it the previous one where they end up actually fighting in the book?
Yeah, she watches Daredevil and a bullseye or a video of them fighting, and then is able to mimic and go against him. But I thought this was kind of cool. The cover, it's nice and cheap.
She looks crazy. She has crazy eyes going on in this one.
Well, and that gun she has is her dad's.
Yeah, but if I was Matt and I was like, oh, this is who I'm dating, be like a red flag.
It's the angle, like, right? Like, it's the angle of the shot. I just thought it was.
It looks like she's standing on a sword. That's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
There's so much detail in this. So much happening on this.
She's Daredevil's.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can't.
What's 16?
Dang it.
I'm like sitting here staring at it now. I didn't even notice she was on the sword. I noticed the gun, obviously, because your eye kind of gets drawn to that, but interesting. All right, so we're looking at $3 for a raw comic. Again, Jen does a fantastic job of making sure that somebody out there, no matter where you are, how thick your wallet is, you can afford something on this show.
Dude, if you're, I don't know if how people's daughters are, or nieces, or nephews even, or sons, whatever. Like, it's cool to have someone gift you something, and if it has like an interesting cool cover, it's like, oh, let me read this. Now, ideally, yes, you would get the stories from like her stories, like all the way through, instead of just like kind of like the middle part. But it's still, I don't know, I feel like if I were a younger person, even now, I'd be like, oh, cool, thanks for this Thanks.
I think it's a nice cover too. It's nice and solid, and if we start seeing her in the shows, I see her popularity growing, so can't go wrong with $3. Let's keep going. Okay, this one I really liked. I was curious if this is the one that you picked because I'm weird about art. Was this your Laura cover? Was it really? Ah, you know me well. I'm so hooked on these white backgrounds, and I really like it when the art is the centerpiece here. But we got Daredevil number 51. This came out in 1998.
Oh,
Published in 2003, though, right? The series started in 98, but this was published in 2003.
yeah, 2003, yeah.
So if you want the full run, who was it that was saying they were collecting this? Jordan. You'd have to go back to the early 80s to
James
start.
said he has it. I've been stacking 51 to 55.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyways. Okay, so we got David Mack on the cover. What do you think of this cover, Lucy? I want your opinion on this.
Oh, I love this cover. It's pretty cool. I really like this. And like you said, like the white now because of Jen, like I now of you guys, I see more like the potential of signatures with the white covers and this one's pretty cool. I really like this one.
As a retailer, I'm like, it's just going to be more damages. Be more damages on these books. That's all we're going to see is damages. That's how I see the white covers, even though I love them. It's just, but this is her origin story, which I think is an interesting way to approach it because you have the handprint that becomes iconic and kind of ties together with her character. And then you see her face behind the handprint. So it's diving into how she started out. What do you think, Jen?
I like it. And like he's right. It's 51 through 55. Like you find out more about her. So recommended reading.
And the handprint's just cool. I really like that perspective. I think when you can find a different way to approach showing a portrait or whatever, I think that's really...
Well, this is one of those that you could just frame and put up somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's evergreen.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, I owe Jen Bartel like a salary. That has stuck with me since we covered her. Every single one of the covers that I've personally developed for Bird City, I've always had her voice in the back of my head saying, keep it evergreen, and I agree with that. I think it's a really cool approach. What are the stats on this one?
Last sold October 31st for $14.99, but this is like an average raw sale, right? It was $12.19. I think people do, like Jordan's kind of like right, like people kind of pass up the later, like they'll really look for 9 and then they kind of tend to forget. I mean, not anymore. I think the more time that gets closer to the show, people just start getting anything, but check the later 50s.
Yeah, I don't own this one. I'm going to start looking for it though. This is one I'd like to snag up before I think she gets bigger. If she gets bigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now this is the one we were talking about at the beginning of the show. You'll do a better job explaining this than I will.
She goes to Japan. Her Met don't work out. And the Wolverine,
because he's like seeing somebody, right?
Yeah,
he got over her like super fast. I'm just saying.
I mean, when you're risking your life every night to save people,
what, you need a release?
I would just say that like your time probably goes faster. Like it's kind of like dog ears. No pun intended.
Okay. I'll allow that. I'll allow it.
So
we need to move on. Come on.
So she's in Japan. There's some Wolverine hijinks there, and then they need her help, and she takes on this new, or Matt puts a good word in for her with Captain America. So she ends up taking on this new moniker, Ronin. So this is her as Ronin.
Captain America's like in charge of like assigning everybody's titles, huh? I feel like it's always Captain America, like, you're going to take over this role. You're going to be the next Hawkeye. You're going to do this.
Well, like, I think Ronin was like, it makes sense for her because she is like she doesn't have a master. Like she's her own master. She can watch something and then do it. Like Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Did we include number 13 on our list?
I kind of started running. I couldn't put too many together. I did not put 13 on there.
So in case you guys are interested, number 13 is where you actually have the unmasking and you'll see Echo. So the New Avengers number 13, if you own that one, that's a good one to have because it's Ronin unmasked.
Yeah. And I mean, in our character slide, you can see it in the right-hand corner.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right-hand side by Echo.
Wait, this one?
No, go back. Yeah. By Echo.
Oh, you're right. It's like the big one. I'm looking at all these small ones in the background. So here it is. This is issue number 13 of the New Avengers, in case you guys are curious.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Maya Lopez. They also call me Echo.
And
You
then she
gotta say it like that.
passes it on to Clint Barton. Her and Clint have a thing too in the comics. I don't know if they're going to have that in the show because he's already married. Unless it's like a pass before them.
Who?
Clint.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Okay, because the actress, like, it looks like she's pretty young, right?
Yeah, so
And
probably
what's
not
his
going to do that.
name?
Probably just leave that out.
Yeah, and then he's older and he has a family now, so that timeline. Oh
Just
no, because I was gonna say unless it act like it happened a long time ago, but she looks too young to be able to do all that. Because in the comics, she looks older. She doesn't look that young. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, comics has that thing where you're perpetually.
Yes.
But who MCU is notorious for leaving out certain things just because it doesn't fit the narrative. So they could just have done that. But
yes. Just kidding.
The price on this is like really reasonable, I feel like, too, considering that you have.
Well, the Hawkeye Ronin books tend to where they were for a while during Endgame were higher.
So it's like in the show.
Yeah, I think this is reasonable for this. If you can get it for roughly $20 for the raw comic, I mean, I think that's a good investment, especially if this is a character you really enjoy. What are you reading?
Oh, I just say hi to Major. He said hi everyone.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I'm falling behind on comments here.
Yeah,
Matt is a geezer.
Oh yeah, she's also she meets Moon Knight. She's in a lot of different titles. Again, I really hope that Marvel puts together like a compendium and just like here's her in Daredevil, here's her in New Avengers, here's her in Moon Knight because she's undercover at one point. It's cool. Like it just does like because I think you could with all her comics put it in a nice. I would buy that.
Yeah. 100%. And it's on an upward trend right now. So, all right, let's keep going. Ooh, I like this cover. This is another one where I was like, oh, maybe Jen put this on here for me because I think the coloring is really pretty. But so we have Secret Invasion, number 39. This is the one where the Skrulls have infiltrated and she's trying to prove it. Yeah?
Yeah. I like her and Wolverine having like a buddy thing going on.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. It's cool coloring too. I like the colors here. Lucy, this is like your favorite, right?
Not my favorite, but it's nice.
The purple.
Well, yeah, no, I don't like Wolverine there. If he wasn't there, I would have liked it a lot better. It just kind of looks weird, like, rawr, like, I don't know. It just looks weird. If he wasn't there, I would have liked it a lot much better. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay, I'm trying to envision it without him being there. It would definitely be more empowering for her because she would have the whole cover to herself.
But I guess that's the whole story, right, with him. So
this price is a newsstand.
Oh, okay.
This is why it's $40. If you get the direct, it's not that. It's cheaper.
Dude, JJ's right. It does look like Wolverine has a cape.
Yeah. Yes, the black right under his arm. It's like his armpit hair. Just kidding.
Oh, now I can't unsee it. Now I'm seeing either a cape or armpit hair. Either way, it's a loss. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I was actually really fond of this one. I'm like, I like this.
But it's a sword, right? Like, because it comes up with.
Oh, is it a sword? I don't even know
I think
now.
so. I think so because it look by the letters like it kind of goes up. I'm assuming. It's a
Oh, you're
sword.
right. So he's standing in front of a giant sword. Yeah. Okay.
Jordan found this in a quarter bin.
Nice.
Really?
That's awesome.
Well, Jordan, was it a newsstand or was it direct?
Hey, Trish. Trish is in the chat.
Trish.
Oh, there's Trish. Yes. Her and we're having a crazy day. Just crazy. Good to see you. And guys, if you're not aware, that is Trish Forstner, the co-creator of Stray Dogs, in the chat right now. So that automatically
Trish
earns us a
loves
thumbs
it.
up. Yeah. I mean, that's the
'Cause we're so
only
cool.
reason.
Just
The
kidding.
caperine.
I'm not a fan.
Of what?
Of what? The name?
No, I was going to be joking.
Oh,
'cause,
of
like,
Trish.
Oh,
I am. Well, because it's funny because the Halloween pumpkin is like, of course you're a fan. What are you talking about?
Dude, your
That was
pumpkin or
freaking
Brit's pumpkin was awesome.
amazing. If you guys didn't see it, go to Jen's Instagram and go and look at that freaking pumpkin. It's freaking amazing. I mean, what
Well, I
a
was trying to be
talent.
jokey with the no, I'm
Wow.
not a fan of Trish, but it's like that doesn't come off. That comes off weird because we all know I like her.
And then it comes out so serious from you. So
All right,
Oh,
let's
I'm
keep
sorry,
cruising.
Jen.
Trish should do an
Hi,
Echo
Trish.
cat or puppy. Who would Echo? What do you think? What animal could Echo be good as? A panther.
Echo?
Yeah, a
I
panther.
don't know. Guys, if you're in the chat, you're wondering about the It cover. It sold out like in under a minute. So there were people waiting and camping on the site. So yeah.
You
Okay.
snoozy lose. Just kidding.
Let's keep cruising. We never had that happen before where it's like they were there before it even launched. This one's
is the
beautiful.
newest one, right?
Yes. Marvel's Voices, Indigenous Voices #1. So this issue is obviously
exclusive.
no, it's going to be this one isn't exclusive. It's going to be covering like a range. So
Oh no,
you
this
have
is already
like
out.
It's already out.
right.
It came out
Right.
in 2020.
Oh wait, yeah, I'm thinking of the next one.
Yeah. So this is
Yeah.
a 1 in 50
Oh, 1 in 50. Okay.
ratio. Yeah. 2020 November.
That's
I
a
wanted
pretty
it,
cool cover.
and I didn't want to pay what it was going for.
Well, I mean, right now, Jen,
Look
at
again,
somebody
50
9.4.
bucks. Like, it's a lot of money. 50 bucks.
The original art on this, if you want it, is $1,635.55 over at Kirby's Comics Art. Just saying.
If I won the lotto.
Rob, I just read that super wrong.
Good evening, lady flippers. Lady flippers.
Sorry.
Doesn't sound right, does it? Like I'm picturing like little.
Sorry, I got snorted.
Look what you did, Rob. You broke Lucy. She muted herself. She's muting herself while she's laughing over that.
Laughing and laughing. I mean, Britt wishes I was selling. I haven't been doing that.
It's something else right now. I will say that. So again, guys, if you haven't read this series, it brings to the forefront like a library of Marvel's indigenous characters. So obviously Echo as a Native American would be included in that. Beautiful cover. Mac absolutely killed it. He's somehow able to capture like the strength in these characters, but he does it in such a delicate
Cool.
it's really cool. $72 for the raw. Okay, explain this to me.
So usually Asterix, like it's either a while ago, probably when it first came out, and it was like a one time. So it did okay. If you were at your comic book store, they're selling at ratio, so $50. And then I didn't want to pay it. I went home and I saw that like a few of them just went up. And I think this is where it hit that mark, but then it dropped back down. So now it's like settling it back at 50. My hope, which now is probably not going to happen because of Hawkeye.
Jen, it's better to get it now.
Ugh,
Because
it just came out in 2020.
Oh no, I understand. Big time. I am the cheapest person. Like, I mean, that sounds kind of weird, but like, I don't like to spend a lot of money on books, especially new ones. And also like because I can't really afford right now. Uh, so I totally understand. But if you really, really, really like this one, it's better to get it now because not only I just feel like David Mack did his art, right? One of 50. And you see her more completely of her body in almost the whole full page. The colors are absolutely beautiful. This, I feel like if I really, really wanted this, I would totally get this right now because
Because once the show starts, it's
it
like,
might go. I mean, yeah, it is a gamble. Like, I mean, you never know where they're gonna go, but I don't think this will go down at all. More than less than $50, unless you get lucky in a auction. But I don't think this will go down. I don't
And
know.
it's
What do you
never
think, Laura?
Greenpeace. It's evergreen.
honestly,
And
usually what I do with covers that I get priced out of is I make it my screensaver for a while on my phone. So I get to see it every day. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And then just eventually I'm like, okay, I'm tired of that cover now.
Okay, well.
No, I don't know, JJ. Like, cause right now, like nobody. I don't feel that people are really getting all hyped up over her. So I think right now, like okay, they announced her, and then it went. I feel like I don't know. It did go a little bit higher, but now I feel right now it's on the
You're right.
dip.
Because
I don't know.
if I don't get it, this is what's going to happen. The show's going to come out. It's going to go up. And they're going to go, hey, everyone loves this person. We're going to give her a Disney. We're going to confirm the green light for a Disney Plus, like her own show. And I'm like,
Especially okay, now like right now, like they're trying to get the characters that are how do you say I don't want to say it wrong. uh Ethnicity, like bring those characters from different backgrounds
mhm.
and they're pushing all those characters out.
It's kind of,
So
I know people don't like it. Some people don't like it. Come on, growing up, when you like Spider-Man, right? I love Peter Parker, but I don't look like Peter Parker, right?
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And I know people like, oh, some of her like even with America Chavez, right? Some of the stories you're like, oh, well, it's not the greatest, and it's like okay, but Spider-Man had some not great stories, like at some time or another. Like there's not all gold, right?
Hmm.
So they're newer characters. I think because it's being spotlighted, sometimes people will like be kind of a harsh critic, but it's like it's not really for you, and they're trying and they're baby steps towards better and better. So it's nice to kind of see it. Like
Yeah, they're trying to bring diversity. Is that the right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yes. Like it's they're trying. I mean, she's Native American and she has a disability.
mhm.
Like, I mean, what other characters are like that right now? What else? I mean, Daredevil, but he's white.
Yeah,
you
well, he's
know,
Irish.
but okay, Irish. He looks white to me.
I mean,
And her, she's like Miles Morales. Like, he is half black and half Puerto Rican.
mhm.
Like so now they're bringing all these characters. So I just feel that this one, they're gonna try their best to bring her up.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's
and I think stories are just going to get better and
one
better. It
thing.
just needs time.
Yeah, because you see, like with her, like I saw like when they announced her, I saw other people like this girl that she's like a what is it called? An activist, or
Mhm.
how do you say it? I don't want to use the wrong words.
Just
But
activists.
like for Native Americans and stuff like that, they post about it, so they're gonna get other people that are not into comics because they're seeing natives actually bringing them into comics and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. That's just on my
I agree.
two. I don't know. Laura, what do you think? You're quiet.
Oh no, I'm just listening. I like to hear all the points of views on this, and I'm listening to the chat here because it is an interesting topic. And
Mhm.
I
Hmm.
always think diversity is a good thing. I think people do get irritated when they try to take established customer or not customers, established, see, I'm in the retail mind, characters, and they try to change them to fit the
Oh,
narrative.
yeah, that I
That
don't
bothers
like.
me.
Yes.
But
And
creating and
yeah.
bringing, let's see what here. I disagree.
It's also really hard. Like, it's really easy to take these new characters and be like, oh, you know, like even Miss Marvel, they're changing her powers in the MCU, and like everyone keeps using the Green Lantern analogy. 'Cause it's like, well, yeah, because it's really hard to create an original power now. How long have the
No,
comics been going on? Like, it's going to be, oh, it's like this. It's kind of when you watch any movie, there's essences of different
yeah. No,
stories.
JJ, and you know what? No, like, I mean, you're not right, but you're not wrong. You know, like, I think it's about both. It is about that because they are trying, like, get too much that it isn't good. Like, like it's about both. I mean, obviously, if it's gonna be a shitty show, it's not gonna advance.
Yeah, but
Obviously,
okay.
like,
The
go
only
ahead.
way I can make this, so usually I like to think of in my own life like analogies to make things easier to understand. Okay, so gay content in the 90s wasn't that great. Like me coming up and being young, I watched a lot of shitty movies and TV shows because I was like, I don't know what else to watch. And there's not a lot out there that's great. And now when I look at what's being put out, I'm like, oh man, it's so much better now. Because some of the movies and TV shows that I watched, trying to find something I could watch to like correlate, I don't know. I don't know
So
how
you
to say
can
it.
To
relate.
relate to.
To relate.
Yeah, but it was bad. Like the acting was bad, the writing was bad, the sets were bad. I'm like, wow, they just did a bad job. But I
Yeah.
kept trying to find something that was good. And then
Mhm.
now I'm like, there's so many good movies that are gay
Mhm.
that like I'm like, wow, it just took how many how many
Yeah.
decades?
Yeah.
So that's
And
how I kind of when I see like America Chavez or other characters and people are like, oh, the story, and I'm like, oh, well, I mean, give it time.
yes,
It
but it
needs
makes
time
us feel
for
good. It makes for us. It's like, yeah, you don't know. Like me as a Mexican, the same thing. Like all the shows the movies that I watched, they're always housekeepers. They were always housekeepers. They were all this or the hot like dummy Mexican, like how they used to play Salma Hayek or whatever, like all those characters. And
yeah,
now seeing like, all this,
not your
like you said,
stereotypical.
yeah, it's yeah, it sucks. It really sucks that there are horrible stories, but for us, it means something,
Yeah.
like, and I yeah, this is a whole different show.
Yeah. Yeah. Just look,
But it's still, yes, it is a balance,
yeah.
Eric.
And
Yeah,
it'll
it
get
has to be a
better.
balance.
And if you don't want to buy Echo, you don't have to, right? If you don't want to buy America Chavez or any of these other characters that you're seeing like diversity, right? Then don't. Then don't. But if you know somebody that maybe isn't into comics, like when Miss Marvel got announced, it was so cool to see a new faces come into the comic book store.
Yeah,
And they were always
so
asking about Miss Marvel,
female.
and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool because like that's opening them up to these stories in this world that we've all appreciated for such a long time. And I'm not saying I don't like all this. Shoot, I don't know how to say it.
Hype,
I just, huh?
or
I mean, like, no, I've been reading since like into comics for a very, very long time, and I've appreciated Peter Parker and all these other heroes, and I like have molded kind of into there, but like I never felt like, oh man, like that is like I feel like relation to that, right? And just give people a break. I don't know.
no, I get you. I get you.
I think everybody, it's an interesting conversation. And what better community to have a conversation like that in?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what comic books are about. It's about being able to have open communication. And I
Mhm.
am a firm believer that nowadays, especially, people are so freaking scared just to say what they think. So
Quick
I'm glad
question.
I'm
'Cause I
not
can't
scared to
see.
say what
Have
I
our views
think.
dropped?
Wait, what'd you say?
Have our views dropped?
No, we're holding steady.
Oh, that's surprising. I thought
We
people were
haven't
like,
missed anybody else. Fantastic. Let's keep
because we're
going.
not being disrespectful, and then we respect the people's, like, I mean, yeah, like JJ, he has his views, and then, like I said, I don't think, like, for me, when I said I don't think he's right, but I don't think he's wrong, like, I respect the way he thinks, and I'm not gonna freaking bash him and be like, no, JJ, you suck. I don't like the way he thinks. I'm just kidding, JJ.
JJ's probably like,
No.
why do I come to these shows? It's always JJ getting hammered on these
No,
things.
he's awesome. No,
Yeah,
and I
he's
like
good
him
people.
because he's always saying what he feels, like, and we like that he puts stuff out there, and then we're not gonna take it in the wrong way, That's his opinion. And
Yeah.
And I'm sure he keeps coming back because he respects our opinion too. So we like him.
Keeping it real, said Ace Cable. Oh, they both said that. All right, let's get back on track here. So Earth's Mightiest Heroes, we have the Avengers, number 44. And now this, I believe you put on here because this is when she actually acquires the Phoenix power, yeah?
Yeah, there's the main cover is just her hand. And I'm like, I like these two better, right? It's showcasing her on the front. It's just a variant. And they're both super attainable. Now listen, she has a Phoenix Force currently. I don't think she's going to keep it. Like, I really don't. I think it's just temporary, and I mean, unless they do, because so you kind of find out that the Phoenix Force is Thor's mom.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's convoluted. I'm still curious about this. What's going on?
Sorry, no, my son just walked in. Keep going.
Oh, so now, yeah, Echo has the Phoenix Force, and this is just her first getting it and using it and taking on a bunch of people. And I really like this $3 comic cover. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Anthony totally forgot our kid at jujitsu. Yeah. He just gave me a look. Sorry. Love you.
Okay, the whole Phoenix thing, I don't understand.
So do you remember when Jean Grey gets the Phoenix Force?
Yeah, but she's like a mutant, so how can she's not really a mutant? So
yeah, well, Captain America gets the Phoenix Force too. Like in for a little bit during, I think Jason Aaron did this run.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
And it's I gotta reread it, but basically it gets spread to like different people. I think Namor for sure got it.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah,
you see all the different people were Phoenixes, right?
Yeah.
But at the end, there can only be one. So she comes and hands them all a big ass whooping and just takes it all back. Bah. And so now she is the only person currently with the Phoenix Force, and this leads to the next book, but like it's just a minor key.
Okay.
But it's a start of like
I started reading this Avengers, but then I completely stopped. Like I think I'm 20 or something. I don't know when I stopped. Because there was other Avengers, and I was like, well, this is gonna stop soon, and it kept freaking going, right? Because the Avengers before this ones, they were like kind of mini series. They were not for long, and then they just kind of switched. And then I'm not a huge fan of Marvel comics, so I was just like, no. I mean, that's why, like, I like older ones, but new, like, I just feel they're all over the place.
How about God of Thunder?
Huh?
God of Thunder.
Or the Black Widow series that's recent.
No. But see, those, like, they're old. I feel they're still kind of older, but when I started, they're all over the place, and then so many tie-ins. Especially I like more reading of the X-Men and stuff like that. Like I really like the whole House of X and Power of X. But as soon as that ended, it just kind of branched out, and it was just way too many. And I was like, no, not for me.
It's tough when there's tie-in stories.
I hate tie-ins. I hate them. Like like, I guess you don't have to read them, but it's like you're missing some of the story, and I don't like missing some of the story, you know? And that's why I stick to my indie comics.
Yeah. All right, so what are the stats here on these?
Is it Dustin Weaver? I gotta look into seeing his other art.
Yeah, cover art's Dustin Weaver.
Because I really like it. $10 raw, 62.29, 9.8.
Not
But
bad.
$3 is like the typical. And then the
one on
what's
the
it called?
right,
Design
it's
variant?
the, what is it?
Is it the design variant?
Design variant, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. I really like the cover A. It is cover A, right?
Oh no, so the cover A has the Avengers and then her like fire hand. And I'm like, oh. So, and that's also like $2 or $3. But these two feature her. It's more prominent.
Yeah, and Weaver did a great job on this one too. Beautiful.
Okay. Oh, thank you, James. Okay, that was a fighting tournament to determine the host of the Phoenix Force. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Thanks, James.
That just proves your point. There's all these crosses here. All right, this is personally my favorite that we're spotlighting tonight. Was it you, Jen, that sent this to me, or was it Lucy? Somebody
Jen,
sent this.
probably. I didn't send much today.
When I first saw this, I didn't know it was going to be a ratio, but I was so excited about it because previews roll doesn't do that. They don't tell you sometimes when it's a ratio, and I'm like, so I remember asking my comic shop for it, and he's like, "Well, it's going to be a ratio." I'm like, "Well, do you want to buy 25 of them?" I'm like,
It kind of would have been worth it to buy 25 of them.
Didn't. Yeah.
I mean, I saw this going earlier today. I know this says like $44.99, but I'm seeing it in the 60s. I mean, it's definitely getting some attention.
Well, it's the average,
really
right?
nice
In the last
color.
raw.
Yeah. So guys, if you're not familiar with art, this is The Kiss by Gustav Klimt. Yeah, sorry. There you go.
That's pretty big.
Anyway, it's really well done. Beautiful cover. And again, it is a 1 in 25 by Oscar Vega, what Jen was saying. I asked Anthony the same thing. I'm like, how many of these did we order? He's like, I don't think we ordered 45 of them or 25 of them. I was like, damn it. Like, that's the game, though,
there
right?
were a lot of covers. I liked the Venom one was kind of cool, too.
Yeah. This is my favorite, though. If I had to pick one, this is one I would want.
I really like this one, too. It's beautiful.
Well,
I wish it was a virgin. Huh? I wish it was a virgin.
Maybe they should do a
second
second
like
print.
The wording. Nah, Jen. I really like the letters. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I could see
like
why
you
would like the. I think I see because it could be more like an art piece than.
Yeah,
if it didn't have the lettering.
Yeah. It would fit better to me, I think, if the lettering was gone, and they would make a killing off of it if it was a virgin
and
too.
You said it's a ratio. What? It's 150.
125.
Oh, 125.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now we're looking at roughly $40 for the raw, but I actually think it's going for more than that right now, or at least that's what I was finding earlier. I was finding stuff in the 60s.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Should have bought it, Jen. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
I mean, I like it, and I liked it then. I will say in person, I really, really wish, and I don't think we've seen it in a while. Like in the 90s, we had the foil, but have you ever seen artwork when they use like the gold foil?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not talking about foil like a 90s.
It's almost like flakes, you mean?
Yes.
Like little gold. Yeah, gold. Yeah.
There has to be a way to like mimic that on a comic cover, but then seal it so it doesn't just come off.
Dude, that's the trick. The glow in the dark on the trade paperbacks made just such a freaking mess, man. Like, I think when you add stuff like that and then you try to ship them, it just... Ugh.
Well, they have those metallic markers where it has that shine to it. I'm like, man, if they just had... If the gold, the main gold around them was shiny, because the cover is not. It's a print. It's not... It's matte. It's not any extra anything. I'm like that, but this lends itself to being extra, and
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It definitely has the potential there to do something really cool with it. But that could be something that you just take to con and have somebody remarket for you. Find some really badass artists. There was this artist at Phoenix Fan Fusion a few years back. Anthony and I were talking about this. He got me a Lady Death cover, and it's like a pinup looking one.
Mhm.
And there was this chick there, and you just bring her your books, and she would just attach jewels to certain parts. So I have like the earrings on mine are jeweled. They have like little
That's
pearls,
cool.
and
Like
she
bedazzled.
jeweled the outfits. Yeah, like they bedazzled my cover. And it was like $75 to do that, but it looked so cool. So like now she's kind of like leaning back and she has jewels on. So if you could find somebody like that goes through and does, you're welcome, whoever's out there that's an artist that's able to go through there and add like gold or silver detail to these books. People would go nuts for that, I feel like.
Mhm.
You bring in like any type of, like, I mean, Thor, anything that has like a metallic cover to it, and you could just mark it up. And this would be prime example of that.
Mhm.
I think we just started a business. Comic book women metalizing? No. Golden girls. Oh, we could be the golden girls. And we'll add golden stuff.
Oh, I was just watching it yesterday.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. Okay.
And
Mirka
think we-
Andolfo did something like this. Did she?
Huh.
We haven't
Well,
covered
yeah.
Mirka Andolfo, have we?
Not yet.
That should be. We'll get to that. All right. Let's keep going. So this is the one I was thinking about earlier. Go ahead, Jen.
It's coming out. So nice. I like how there's the dates.
Yay.
November 24th, this comes out. And then I like the December 15th one. I like that a lot. And I do not know why, because it's awesome. That's why.
Who's the artist?
I do not know, but it's awesome.
Pretty nice.
It really
I
is awesome. Look at the handprint. That's
Pretty cool.
I've been watching a lot of Moon stuff on Disney Plus. Like
Oh
the
shit!
moon
I didn't
landing
see
and-
the hand. I'm like trying to look for it on both. I'm
Yeah.
like, where? Where in the moon?
It's like
Oh,
right
it's
there.
nice.
I'm looking up the artist because this is pretty badass. I really like it
Yeah.
too. I do wish the earth was a little bit more colored because it would have more of that resemblance to that photo.
Oh,
You guys
yeah,
know
or-
the photo.
The infamous
What?
one, yeah.
Yeah, that I think it would match that a bit more. Who is this? You think it's Mac? Really?
Which
Not this one. This one, guys. The December 15th one. That's who. Because I
is
mean,
it
the other
the-
ones.
Yeah, it's obviously did.
Because
Malcolm, that
November
one.
24th, that one
Is that
is-
the ratio or is that just a regular cover?
from right now, it's not a ratio. It's just a normal like
Okay.
variant, I think.
Okay.
November 24th. So it sucks for anyone that really likes it is FOC has passed. So
So
you might be
go to
able
the
to
shops.
Wednesday Warrior it, yeah, or try to get your shop, see if they ordered extra. But the
Mhm.
Phoenix song, this is number 3, it's still available. I just felt like I just want it. I want 2 or 3 of them. And then I want whoever did it to sign it.
It's Chris Bacallo. Bache. Here, I'll put it in the chat because I'm going to mess this up. So, Chris Bacallo. There you go.
B-A.
Bacallo?
He's done a lot of stuff.
Oh, Anthony knew too. So yeah, it's either Bacallo or it's Bacallo. I can't tell. He was at Baltimore. Really? Damn, I missed
He has some
him.
cool Doctor Strange covers. Anyway, sorry.
Now I want to go back to Baltimore just to be like, oh, I want to meet you. Yeah, this is cool one. I'm gonna have Anthony order this for me. I think this is very nice. Very good
Yo,
pick.
I'm sure he heard you, Anthony.
Anthony, I want this cover.
Order.
The Mac one's awesome too, though. So get me the Mac while you're at it, babe, if you don't mind. Guys, if you are just joining us, I'm like putting in my order. If you're just joining us, these are upcoming Echo books because we were spotlighting the character Echo, Maya Lopez, also known as Echo, who's going to be in the upcoming Hawkeye Disney Plus series. So this is something for you guys to look forward to. All right, before we move, is there anything you guys want to add to these two?
I like how
Before we move on?
James did it's
Bacello.
Bacello.
Mhm.
Thanks,
Thank you,
James.
Hello. People used to do that for me on the Bird City live shows too. They would give me like the phonetic spelling on how to say these because I mess them up. All right. Last but not least, the girls and I like to leave you guys with what we're looking forward to for our new comic book day picks tomorrow. Just in case any of you out there are struggling as to what you might want to read or if you're looking for certain books that all of us tend to follow. So this was my choice on the left, The Heathens. I'm telling you, I feel like these small publishers are just kicking ass lately with some of the stories that they're putting out. And I had the privilege of being able to read this weeks ago. It is so good. I am really excited for this series. I'll give you guys a brief synopsis on it. Let's see here. When evil men and women escape from the depths of the eternal abyss, the pirate queen Lady She is sent to retrieve them. But when one of history's most notorious killers break free, even she needs help. So you enter the heathens. So it's like this team, this crew. You have the queen, pirate queen, Lucky Luciano, Bumpy Johnson, Sophia the Golden Hand, and Billy the Kid. So they all kind of team up and they're trying to defeat this killer, Jack the Ripper. They try to defeat him in order to kind of escape from this purgatory they've been stuck in.
That's cool.
It's so cool. Like after the first couple of pages, I was like, okay, has the makings of everything that I like in a comic book. It has historical ties to it, really good adventure, awesome art. Anyway, huge fan. And it makes me think of the Heathen song from Suicide Squad when I was in there reading it. Yeah, all my friends are heathens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Aftershock, again, bringing the heat on this. Anthony and Hal Lauren teamed up and did that exclusive that you're seeing in the middle. Really cool series. I have high hopes for this. It's getting awesome reviews. So if you have the opportunity tomorrow, I suggest picking this bad boy up. And I think it'll be a fun read. You're up, Jen.
Pretty cool covers. No, it's me.
Oh, Lucy, you're up. Sorry, Lucy.
It's the Magic Order #2. This is the sequel, I guess, volume 2 of the Magic Order that it came out in 2017, 2018, something like that. And thank you, She Spawn. She Spawn. Yay! Oh, my dance.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on! I gotta do it again. Do it again.
Yay! Every time somebody gives money, I dance. Sorry, She's fun. So yeah, Magic Order #2. I really like the first one, and I think it was like 1 through 6 of the first story arc. They had really cool covers. This one, it has like few good covers. I like the black and white of this one a little bit better than the cover A, but yeah, I was excited they were gonna do a show about this, but who knows what happened. That's kind of when they announced Image and Netflix doing shows, or they were like
did the show come out? The show didn't come out for this?
No, it didn't. The back of the issue #1 and a few other books at that time, it had the big Netflix logo in the back. That's before a bunch of indie comics started going. They were made by Netflix. So
yeah,
it was 2017?
Well,
2018?
There was a con exclusive where it was a Magic Order #1, and it had a big Netflix symbol on it.
Yeah.
And so everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's for sure like happening like now."
It was supposed to be like the first one, like one of the first shows to be on Netflix. That from not exclusive. How do you say? It is for Netflix.
It was a
original for Netflix. It was going to be one of the first ones from the indie comics, but
instead they did the other one.
What did they do from Mark?
Remember, so Netflix purchased Millar World. Miller World? Miller or Millar?
Miller or Miller?
Miller.
I say Miller. Like Pillar.
Miller?
Pillar.
Okay.
Miller.
Okay.
But what was that one? Superheroes? They did that one. Jupiter.
The one that it just kind of like they canceled season right after season 1. What's it called?
Jupiter.
I never read it. So I don't know. It just came out.
No.
This year. It came out this year.
Something. Shoot.
Come on, somebody in the chat.
Help us out. It had Jake. No, not Jake. It had the guy who married Fergie.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy. I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Josh Duhamel.
Yes, him. Yeah, but Jupiter Legacy. They did Jupiter Legacy instead, right?
Yeah.
Which it kind of like I heard a lot of people liked it. There you go.
Thanks, Metal Face.
But they still cancel it. I don't know, but that was the only show they did from the whole world of Mark. Right? Or am I missing another one? But Magic Order, what I recall was supposed to be first one, but I don't know. But anyways, this was my pick. It's gonna come out tomorrow. Like I said,
Solid.
the first one was I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. So we'll see how this one
Shoot.
All
it
right.
does. But yeah,
Oh, shoot. I thought she was gonna add your other cover on there.
huh?
So she's gonna add your other cover. No,
no, because you said only 2. Remember? Because I was telling you.
No, she said she'd do 2 slides.
Huh? You get a whole slide for yourself, cheater.
no.
Remember? Because I called you out, and you were like, "Oh no, it was just a screenshot. It's only 2, not 3."
Everyone in the chat's like, what is happening with these girls? Guys, we have a chat and we all pick our books ahead of time, and there's a 1 book per person rule that Jen just skirts on by every week.
You got 2 covers.
But 1 title. 1 title, 2 covers.
Well,
all right. I got 1.5. We'll
yes, that's
true.
true. I could have added my black and white one.
So I am upset because I did not pre-order this, and I am kicking myself because I don't want to pay for shipping. But this is a variant cover. It comes out tomorrow, and they're not in the comic. It's Lucas. What's it called? Like, they've been doing variants based upon the content, like movies, and this is a TV show. It's Star Wars Rebels, and it's the crew of the Ghost, and I will probably miss out on this one, but it looks cool because you get Sabine and Hera and Kanan have a kid, and Chopper, who's voiced by Dave Filoni, which is funny. Like, they're still around, and I like the Rebels, and it's cool. This is a cover buy.
Yeah.
Pure cover buy. And a thing called Truth is number 1, comes out tomorrow, and it just that's more of the story I'm curious to read, and I haven't had a chance to read it yet, so I don't know if it's good, but I think it might be.
What's the synopsis?
A chaotic LGBTQ plus road trip. A workaholic scientist who wants to save the world, and a woman who fears nothing, but discovering her own destiny, finds themselves mixed up in a chaotic on-the-road adventure through Europe. Will they manage to find a middle ground between their opposing ways of life, at least for long enough to complete their mission? And this trip could lead to unexpected romance. So I'm like, I'm curious about reading this. So I did a cover and a read.
Awesome. Kind of a Thelma and Louise type vibe.
James, yes, the Lucasfilm 4th anniversary series. Thank you.
Boom. There you go. So those are our suggestions, guys, for tomorrow if you are looking for something to pick up in stores. And last but not least, Nearing Nirvana. The girls and I have been super crappy about being consistent on that. We gotta get together, ladies. Last weekend was Halloween, though. I mean, that was a rough weekend to do it. But anyway, normally the girls and I, that's our channel that we do shows on. So if you haven't already subbed to that, please do. And be sure to check out Bird City Comics. And for those of you that were in the chat saying that you missed out on that It cover, my suggestion, he would kill me if I said this, if you hear me say this, I would message Anthony if I were you and just kind of see, because I know that he is in the process of going through and filtering for people that went over the limit. And we do have to do that by hand. So sometimes it takes him some time to get that done. We'll put everywhere, like limit 2 per person, and somebody will go on there and try to buy 30 or 40, and it just messes the whole thing up for everybody. So don't be that person that goes online and tries to buy everything. But try to message Anthony if you're looking into that, and then check them out on Bird City Comics on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Anything else, girls, before we call it for the night? Any Whatnot shows planned, ladies?
I mean,
Slackers.
Dude, I said I want to have one this week, but I don't have supplies to ship and stuff like that. So I need to get that in order first, and then I'll do one.
There's my love monkey. Hi, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Is he sleeping?
Yeah, he was asleep, and then he's all, help me, and then he came, and he's still with his eyes closed.
Cutest kid ever. And I have children. Cutest.
Oh, he opened his eye. I look, he heard you. Oh.
He gave me some side eye.
Oh, and but yeah, soon I really do, because I need to start saving for the holidays. And well, I don't think I have mentioned it on the show, but if you guys follow me, that's why I've been looking like crap for the past
You
3
haven't.
months.
No.
I am pregnant. I am almost 4 months pregnant, and I need to save for this for the baby shower, because I'm gonna go big.
Are we crashing that, Jen? We're crashing it, right?
You guys better come. Hell yeah.
When
My
is it?
theme, I don't know yet, but I already have the theme, and it's Beetlejuice.
Nice.
or Tim. I don't know. I'm so, but I want to kind of go big, so I need to start doing auctions.
We will be there. So yeah, guys, you have to give
Thank you, guys.
Lucy a follow. She is going to be busy for the next few months and preparing. And so yeah, any support you can send her way, definitely do that. And she gets passes because she still manages to get on the shows, and she's tired, and she's been on the shows feeling nauseous, and you guys had no idea.
Oh,
Like she was.
my God. You guys have no idea that a lot of times that I'm like, I have to get off because I feel so sick.
Girl, excuse me while I vomit, then I'll come back. And then,
Yeah. And that's why I take late naps. So, yeah.
You are a champ, my love. We all have your back. Everyone's saying
Thank you.
congratulations
Thank
to
you,
you.
guys.
It's such good news. All right. So, and again, follow Jen on Comic Aficionado. You have over like 1,000 followers, which is crazy.
I don't really post that much.
It's the pumpkin, man. I'm going to steal your pumpkin post and put it on my page and gain followers off of it. Or I'll just steal Brit.
It looks so good. I was
so good.
It looks so good. And then she even did the shadow for the paw, and I'm like, I just don't want it to.
So
I want to preserve it.
It's
Spray
so
it with
cool.
hairspray, right? Doesn't that make it? Or maybe that just makes it more flammable. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't spray it with hairspray. I don't want you to like light it and it's all. Laura's head.
I come, I'm just like, my hair's all gone. I'm like,
You're like, what happened to you, Jen? She's bald. So
Laura told me to spray my pumpkin with hairspray, and then we lit it. Anyway, have a great night, guys. We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.